Today we are going to look at problem solving using greatest common factor. Please take a moment to get the page for your MPJ from the crate. You may either write on it first or glue it into your notebook. Pause until you are ready to go on. Problem solving with greatest common factor. How can you tell if a word problem requires you to use greatest common factor? One thing to look for is keywords in the story problem. Things like greatest, largest, maximum, dividing, cutting things into pieces, splitting things evenly, arrange into groups, arrange into rows. So let's look at these two story problems. Samantha has two pieces of cloth. One piece is 72 inches wide and the other piece is 90 inches wide. She wants to cut both pieces into strips of equal width that are as wide as possible. How wide should she cut the strips? First, we want to look that it says cut both pieces and equal widths. These are key words that tell us that we are looking for greatest common factor. First step is to list out the factors. For 72, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 18, 24, 36, and 72. Remember, there are many ways to list factors. You can use the rainbow method, you can use a factoring method, you can use prime factorization, you can also use the division method. Any way that works for you is fine. Just make sure that you list all of the factors. Next, we're going to list the factors of 90. Those are 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10, 15, 18, 45, and 90. Then we compare the lists. When you look through the list, you'll note that 1, 2, 6, 9, and 18 are all common factors of 72 and 90. But for this problem, we are looking for the greatest common factor, which means 18 is going to be the answer for the problem. This means that Samantha is going to cut her cloth into 18-inch long pieces. Our next problem, Mrs. Evans has 120 crayons and 30 pieces of paper to give to her students. What is the largest number of students she can have in her class so each student gets equal number of crayons and paper? Again, we need to look for the words that tell us that this problem is the greatest common factor. In this case, each student gets equal number of crayons and paper. So step 1 is to list out your factors for the two numbers. The factors for 30, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. Your factors for 120, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 24, 30, 40, 60, and 120. This is one of those numbers where it's very important not to miss a number. When we compare the lists, we see that 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and even 30 are common factors. Since we want the greatest common factor, 30 will be our answer. That means she can have 30 students receive the items. They will each receive 4 crayons and 1 piece of paper.